Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Dynasty3890 here with another MLB 16 The Show Diamond Dynasty video. I'm going to be talking about cards you can invest in that can start off as some of these are high bronze, silvers, and some low golds. I think have a chance to be really either high golds or diamonds. Kind of like last year we had Bryce Harper start off as a silver and turned into like a 95 or a 96 overall. So I'm going to show you guys some cards you might want to invest in. Bulk up on them now while they're relatively cheap. Wait a couple months. You got some studs. I go for a lot of stubs. So we're going to start off with the Red Sox, my hometown team. There's a couple 23-year-old players that are just amazing. Mookie Betts last year had a 6 WAR, which kind of is winners above replacement, but it shows that he's just a great all-around player. Can hit for contact, can hit for power. He had over 20 home runs last year. Speed, he almost had, I think he had 18 home runs and 23 stolen bases last year. So almost 20-20. Great defense. He just does everything. He's a 5-tool player. You can play him at second base, any of the outfield, and you'll be fine with that. And he's only going to get better. I can easily see him getting a 90 overall card this year. Same with Bogaerts. Bogaerts is an 84. Last year, I believe he hit 317. Not much power. I think 12 home runs. But coming out of the minors, he had 25, 30, 35 home run potential. He's 6'1". He's 210. He has a really good swing for power. But last year, he focused a lot on contact. If he decides to maybe bring his average down 15, 20 points, I can see him adding an extra 10 or 15 home runs. I mean, as a shortstop with that, and he has 82 fielding, that's a really good player. And when he's young, he might take that next step. Maybe not as much as Harper. I don't think he can be the player Harper can be, which doesn't say much. I mean, Harper's probably the second best player in baseball behind Trout. But I could see Bogaerts getting around a 90 overall, maybe a 92. I don't think he could get a diamond, but hey, you never know. Next, we're going to be going to the Toronto Blue Jays with their 21-year-old closer. So if you watched them last year in the playoffs, he is electric. It's Roberto Osuna. He's got a great fastball, great curveball. He's going to be a star. As like I said, as a Red Sox fan, I'm not looking forward to facing him and Chapman all the time, but he's an 84 right now. I could see him getting again as like a high gold, kind of like Bogaerts and Betts. I mean, right now he's filthy. I think he goes for a good amount of coins, or stubs, excuse me, because people think he's going to be a really good player, and I agree. I think he'll be one of the best relievers to use in this game just because of that fastball curveball. He'll be kind of like Dom Betances type, maybe. Next, we're going to be going to the Cleveland Indians. We're going to be looking at another shortstop. Now, this one's not like Bogaerts because he doesn't have the power, but he has more speed, and I can see him being close to the same contact as well. He already is a gold. He was a former top prospect. Now he's graduated to a full-time Major League player. But Francisco Lindor, I mean, you can see right now he's got solid contact. Power's a little bit there to be. You want a little more power there, but we'll take it. 79 fielding, so that's not bad fielding. 80 speed, that's a lot higher than Bogaerts. He's only 22. I could see him, bringing up that speed, bringing up that fielding, bringing up that contact. Power, I'm not really sure how much of a power guy's going to be, but a very solid option at shortstop. And if you're an Indians fan, someone to very look forward to into the future for that franchise. Now we're going to be looking at another young stud. Something came up. We're going to be going to the Twins, and we're going to be looking at one of the biggest international prospects in the last 10, 15 years. When he was 16 years old, the Twins signed him. It's Miguel Sano. I used to always call him Miguel Angel Sano. That's what his name was coming up through the minors. But he's got 88 power versus right, 73 power versus left. Great power option. 6'4", 260 pounds. That's a big boy right there. He's only 22. I could see him having a 30 home run year. If he gets 30 home runs, he's going to be like a 90 overall card. He kind of reminds me of Nelson Cruz. Kind of like a big right-handed bat with big-time power. Not much else. He'll contact will be there, but fielding, not really there. Speed, not really anything there. But if you just need a big right-hand power bat who can play right field, left field, or third base, there you go. There is an option for you. Now we're going to be moving on to, these are just so slow. Here we go. Where are we going? I know this is so frustrating, guys. It's been a full week and the servers are still awful, but here we go. We are now going to a bronze card, actually. Joey Gallo, he has, I like to call it light tower power. He is kind of a left-handed version of Miguel Sano. He's 6'5", 230. Power versus right and power versus left are both pretty good. He can hit home runs versus lefties, which a left-handed hitter that can do that, kind of like Rizzo, but without the contact and obviously a different position. But I'm not sure if he's starting the year in the majors or not, but once he's playing in the majors, he will hit 30 home runs if he gets the at-bats to share the majors. No doubt in my mind about it. His average is going to be lousy. That's his problem. That's why he's not a full-time player, or they're not questioning him being a full-time player, is because he can't hit for an average well enough. But if he gets the at-bats, easy 30 home runs. And he kind of also reminds me of Adam Dunn. I mean, just Adam Dunn could hit 40 home runs in his sleep every year. Next, we're going to be looking at is we're actually going to be going to the Marlins now. Excuse me, I'm fighting off a cold here. Someone that I'm really high on, and I'm kind of surprised. I know he's been injured the last couple years, but Christian Yelich, he got a huge contract already when he only did like a year or two of service time. He's only 24. He can play all three outfield positions. Great defense, solid contact, not much power, but he has the ability. He's big enough that you could see him hit 20, 25 home runs. And if his power numbers go up, his power attributes go up, with that fielding, solid speed, solid contact, he could be a high gold. Like, he could be like an 89, 90, 91 overall card. I am on the Christian Yelich bandwagon, excuse me. I'm a huge fan of his. I think he's maybe not this year, maybe it's next year. I don't know what year, but he's going to be a star. It's going to be him and Giancarlo Stanton in that outfield for years. Well, not years. They're going to trade Giancarlo once his contract becomes too much of an albatross. But you know what I'm saying. I think he's going to be a great player. Next, we're going to be going up to a New York Met. He's a bronze as well as Gallo. Michael Conforto. Actually, he's an 85 today because of inside edge. So, I mean, you can tell that they kind of like him even against an ace, that they think he will be a good matchup. Now, his stats right now, I wouldn't really use him that unless you're a huge Mets fan right now, or you're kind of rocking just still like a bronze-silver team. Because, I mean, he's going to be kind of like Mookie Betts, maybe not as dynamic with the speed, but you can see he can hit for power, he can hit for contact, he has solid fielding. He's only 23, he's 6'1", so he's got a bigger build to him. He can definitely hit for power. And the Mets are going to be relying on him a lot this year, so he should get a lot of at-bats. If he stays healthy, he should become a silver, maybe a gold, like a low gold, like an 86, 87, 88. And I mean, as a Met, if you're a Mets fan, I would definitely want to invest in him. Next, we're going to be looking at a Philly. He had, I think, 9 home runs in spring training. Now, I do not care about spring training stats. I happen to see that on SportsCenter, but I will never look at spring training stats to think of how good of someone is. But I mean, for the Phillies, they have no one else on their team. He's going to get at bats. His power numbers, I mean, he's going to probably hit 20, 25 home runs. Especially in that ballpark. It's a really small ballpark, really easy for right-handed hitters to hit home runs at Citizens Bank Ballpark. So I could see him definitely with like 25, 30 home runs, and him being a very solid gold card, like an 87, 88. And if you want a third base option, want to try someone different, give him a try. Next, we're going to be looking at a couple Cubs. Chris Bryant, reigning NL Rookie of the Year. I mean, he's going to be a superstar. All those numbers right there, inside edge has a +10. Those numbers should all be in the mid-80s halfway through this year. He might hit 40 home runs this year. He might. Him and Rizzo in that middle of that lineup are just amazing. Right-hand, left-hand combination, great. He's really solid at defense too. So he's not going to just be like some guy over at third base. You're going to be worried that if someone does like some bunt cheese, or just has to make a play that he won't make. He can make plays. Another guy who I have on my team, and I absolutely love him. I always say he's like one of those like softball players, like a male softball player that just goes up there, swings for the fences every time, and he just rakes. I mean, his power is just absurd. These servers are awful. There we go. 86 power versus rate, 7 power versus left for Kyle Schwarber. Here's the best part I like about this card, guys. He came up in the minors as a catcher, so his second position is a catcher. I use him at catcher. He hasn't had a pass ball, or he's blocks everything for me. He's serviceable. And with those power numbers for a catcher, for how cheap he is, there's not too many other options that you would use other than Kyle Schwarber. We got a few more names left here. We're going to go to a starting pitcher for the St. Louis Cardinals, who he might have the best stuff, arguably the best just arsenal in baseball. This guy's arm is electric. Here we go. It's Carlos Martinez. I could see him getting a diamond this year. I love Carlos Martinez. If he stays healthy, that's a huge if for pitchers, especially for him. He's been injured before. I could see him getting a diamond. He's 24, great fastball, great curveball, solid change. He's just a great pitcher. I I would invest in him. I probably will be. I always rep pack, so once I pull him, he'll stay on the team. I'm not going to sell him. If I pull an extra one, a duplicate, I'm going to keep it because his card's going to be upgraded. I expect him to get a diamond this year. I am fully on his trains. On him and Yelich, I love them both. We got 2 more guys up there, actually both Dodgers. One is the #1 prospect in baseball, according to Keith Law, works for ESPN.com. I'm a huge Keith Law guy. I have an inside subscription for ESPN because of Keith Law. Only reason why I really use it. Oops, I actually hit flashbacks. We don't want to go there. We do not want to go there. Here we go. Let's go to the live series. We start off with, and he's actually on my team. I've tried him a few at bats. He's pretty good. We got Corey Seager. He's a shortstop. He will probably be a third baseman in a couple years, but this year he's a shortstop, second position as third base. Look at his stats. Great contact, solid power. Fielding, speed's okay, but he's going to be, that contact and those powers, those contacts will be in the 90s later on this year. I don't think they're going to give him a diamond. I think he'll probably be a 90 overall card if he stays healthy and he produces what people think he'll do. But it's like the #1 prospect in baseball. You expect a lot out of him. The other option is Yasiel Puig. And you're like, well, he was the cover guy last year, and people are hating on him. I'm not a huge Yasiel Puig fan myself. People are hating him too much. Like, it's become too cool to not like Yasiel Puig, so it's hurt his value. I think he'll have a bounce back year. I think he'll have a good gold card. And then once he becomes a good card again, people are going to come on that Yasiel Puig bandwagon, and then his card's going to be really expensive again. So I'd invest in him as well, guys. So that's going to be it for the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you hit that subscribe button, as I do daily MLB videos like this every single day. But that's going to be it for the video, guys. Take it easy, and I'll see you in the next one. Later.